And what's the only country in the modern age that we've had to reunite from communism and like Western ideas?
Mm,
Germany.
mm,
After the fall of the Berlin Wall,
mm.
so that's really the only thing that I could think of to compare it to.
Well, I have two parallels to that. One, so they're, like assuming that there is a there is somebody at the helm. There's the question, right? It's always the assumption that there is somebody driving. Like, no, this is a 30, 50-year plan, and unless somebody decides to come, like, change this, this is actually what America wants.
Yes.
Um, we're going to create a Korean, like a South Korean environment for American soldiers there, right? So we'll create a base where we can house some military folks. We're going to create an environment that they can live there long term. That started, right? You're there, for a significant period of time. Um, it will start out, extended, and then it'll be multi-year, right? Type of thing. At some point, you bring your families. You can go down. You can go get educated. You can learn Arabic, just like kids now learn Korean. If you bring your families to Korea, you
Mhm.
know, difference being there's a there's a significant one significant enemy in Korea, right? Why are we here? Because of that, right, is a thing. It's Hayden's Wall for all purposes, and it makes sense that why the presence is present, you know. Um,
Yeah.
because there's a very clear defined threat.
Even
There,
that,
but the
even
problem
that,
here, there's no
Donald Trump went
defined.
across the DMZ
Yeah.
in, was it 2018, 2019?
Well, okay. So I will get to. Well, okay, we can address that too. Like, is it really a threat? Right? Is the question mark? Does it have to be a threat? Are we creating it to be a threat to maintain a certain status quo?
Yeah.
Possibly, but is that by design or is that by bureaucracy? I'm not quite sure yet.
So with Korea, I think it's a little different with Korea. With Korea, there is longstanding animosity. Like I did a comparative analysis some years ago for one of my classes on uh, what it would look like if North and South Korea had to reunite. And what's the only country in the modern age that we've had to reunite from communism and like Western ideas?
Mm,
Germany.
mm,
After the fall of the Berlin Wall,
mm,
so that's really the only thing that I could think of to compare it to. Germany is still not where it should be economically.
mm.
30 years later,
Right.
it's Korea. The Korean Peninsula is like there. We will never see a day where North Koreans and South Koreans cohabit the same land peacefully. Like because that proximity proximity is so important to culture.
Mm,
But when you have that enforced lack of proximity and all the brainwashing that goes on in North Korea,
mm.
like people there literally think that Kim Jong Un can read their thoughts.
Right.
Like that's not figuratively, that's not
Yeah.
hyperbole. That is literally what they are taught from a young age.
Mm,
It's reinforced culturally. And like they are two different people. There's North Koreans and South Koreans that are related, that are still alive, that remember
mm.
what life looked like before shit. That was what 70 years ago.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't remember that well, but some of them still exist, and some of them still remember.
Mm.
Those people are dying. Those people do not live.
Right.
Are not
Right.
living much longer. Like there will never be a day where
Be a myth.
anybody who had shared familial ties, shared cultural ties, or shared life experiences will have any familiarity with one another. So they're like people our age.
Yeah.
You might have a grandparent that told you stories, but stories fade over time. Like but we had a chance to have peace with North Korea. Like,
Mhm.
and when was the last time people like the news got everyone all spun up about North Korea testing a missile? Doesn't happen
Right.
all